Welcome back to Grumpy Vet Garage. We've been working on our 2004 E55 AMG, and one of the things that needs to be addressed is aesthetics. The headlights are not in the best condition, and neither is the factory grille. Coming in and looking at it, you can tell that it's actually the chrome grille that a previous owner had painted black. And I like the idea they had there, and probably when they did it, it looked great. But it's begun to chip, mainly just because of age. I mean, there's 180 plus thousand miles on this car. So I think a lot of this is rock chips potentially, or just paint having a difficulty adhering to the chrome. So I went through a few different ideas on what I would do about this. Do I try to refinish this? I think there's just too much pitting, and this is actually probably too far gone. There's actually spots where the it's starting to actually come apart, where the chrome is coming off the plastic and the plastic behind it is also deteriorated. Getting a replacement grille from Mercedes for this, it would be chrome, is available, and it would probably look good, but I kind of like the idea of the black grille. With an all black grille, they're available, mostly made in China grills. Quality in many cases from China can be really good, and in some cases not so good. So I want to go ahead and show you what I ended up getting to replace the grille on the E55. Okay, so on the table here is a piano black grille that I got on Amazon. Much cheaper, in fact, less than a third of the price of the OEM grille that again would be chrome. And at first glance, looking at this manufactured in China grille, it looks really good. In fact, if I was painting a grille, I would hope to come out with a finish as nice as what comes out of the box with this one. But as with anything sometimes inexpensive, sometimes there can be problems. If you come in close here and you look at the slats in the grille, that one's okay. That one, did you hear it? It kind of moves. There's some movement in the slats of the grille where they're not completely attached to the other part of the grille. Okay, so I have the grille flipped over, and you can see this is the backing part, because this grille is like a two-piece grille, just like the factory grille. On the inside is like a piano black on the back, and then it had a chrome face. This one is a piano black back with a piano black face. The thing is, the way they adhered it, it has tabs, and these tabs come through to attach the front part of the grille to the back part of the grille. And they use some sort of tool to melt the grille to adhere them, to bond them together. But you can see other tabs that aren't melted. And I think the reason being is time is money, and they wanted to adhere the front to the back, but they didn't take the time to actually complete the job. So what you see is this here is adhered good, but this one, when I touch it with my hand, right, let me get it here so you can see it. That moves. That's the flex we're seeing on the front, where the grille is moving independent from the front part to the back part. I'm going to leave a link to this grille in the video description. If you want a grille like this, I'm going to try to make a repair to adhere all these tabs and fuse the front part of the grille to the rear part of the grille. But I just wanted to make you aware that out of the box, this is the condition you're going to see. I don't think it's the end of the world, but in many cases, most people would purchase a grille and expect that what they got out of the box would be perfect and ready to go. But this grille, I believe, is going to work, but it's going to need a little bit of work. To make this repair, I'm just going to use a soldering iron. This is a nicer soldering iron. There's some that are much cheaper, and they really don't tell you how much heat they're producing. This one comes with a lot of accessories. I'll leave a link to this one in the video description, but any real soldering iron that you have already will probably do this job. I just like this one better. Additionally, it has like a blade tip on it, which I think is actually really nice to have for this particular job. But again, just use a soldering iron. Okay, so with the piece laid out, you can see right here that this has already been melted by the manufacturer. And I've already done some other ones, but these tabs here, where they're moving, we're just wanting to lay them over. You can already see these are the ones done by the manufacturer, and these are the ones done by me. They meet the same intent. We're just trying to roll it over. So I'm going to start with this one on the bottom because it'll probably be the easiest one to do behind the camera. But you're just wanting to hold the grill piece in place, putting some upward tension. And then come in with a soldering iron, and it's going to smoke a little bit, so be prepared for that. Ventilated area is always good to have. And then just take that piece and roll it over. Now, because the soldering iron is making the heat and it's only transferring it to that individual tip, you don't have to worry about it burning through the part. But you wouldn't want to hold the soldering iron onto the plastic piece too much because you may mar up the other side of the grill. So let that cool. And then with it cool, we can now see that it doesn't move, unlike this one, which flexes. So we'll end up doing the rest of these right here. We'll do this next row over. I may not do the middle one. It seems like they're holding well, and I'm thinking the minimal amount of work required to hold everything in place is what you're really going to want to do. So if you're getting this grill, I would recommend these rows here. Stay away from the edges just because they're holding quite well. And then don't mind the smudges, but as you can see, this is all holding quite well. Okay, so I'm satisfied with the repair I made to the grill, but now we need to go over to the car. So with the hood popped, the grill is held in by 8mm screws, and there are 6 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Remove those screws, and then this grill will come free. Okay, now we can see the two grills side by side. Clearly the new one is very shiny. Okay, now with the grills flipped over, we need to move these nut plates from the factory grill over to the new grill. We would just use like a flat blade screwdriver to carefully pry the clip-on nut plates off, and then they will slide onto the new grill. Okay, so it's a little bit more than just pulling those clips off. Right here, you need to pry that tip up and then it'll slide off. This is held down when the screw goes in and it's retaining it onto the grill. So go ahead and pry that up just a little bit. Don't break it off, and then the clip will slide off. Okay, so the grill's installed. There's really no torque spec to put on the screws. It really just needs to be snugged up. You don't want to over tighten it, of course, because it is plastic. But the grill looks good. It's not perfect, but again, at the price point, it's a very good looking grill. So I ended up driving the car for a few days, wanting to check it out. And again, the grill looks good. Wanted to make sure, drive the car a little bit, make sure everything was okay, and not just install it and then recommend that you put it onto your W211 E-Class. So as far as recommendation, would I recommend this grill to you? And the answer is maybe. The company that made this grill also offers a chrome version. And if you're wanting a chrome version, buy the OEM grill. The quality between OEM and this brand is not comparable. And if you're wanting chrome, the OEM grill is the one you want to get. If you're wanting to get a piano black grill, this is a good option. It's about third of the price of the OEM grill. And again, the OEM grill is chrome. I have links to both these grills in the video description, so whether or not you want a piano black grill or a chrome grill, you can decide for yourself. And also, if you have any experience with aftermarket W211 grills, I'd be interested in hearing your experience. What brand did you get? Would you recommend them? But if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to Grumpy Vet Garage, liking this video, sharing this video. To support the channel, we have a Grumpy Vet Garage merch store and affiliate marketing links in the video description. Using those links to make any purchase directly supports the channel. If you want to contact me, you can do so through the comment section of this video or through our Facebook or Instagram page. Link is in the video description. But as always, thanks for coming and seeing me in my garage, and until next time, have a good one.